Alright, so my app is updating. That's usually a sign that some bullshit about to go down. Sorry it took so long, my sleep pattern was weird. I finished Traces of Two Paths, at least. That was a solid book. Like, I was curious what the Coda chapter, but I realized, and I don't mind spoiling this aspect. Effectively, that chapter was all about, kind of like a trace of a past for one of the characters that they don't even want to, like, look back at from the perspective of someone who was involved in that and did remember. I'm not gonna lie, it has me a little optimistic for a remake in general. Alright, let me see. Verification. Let's Crossbow Highway. Let's see. Sunshine on, yes. Alright, let's see. Central Square, let's go to department store. We're gonna try to get the missable dialogue at least today, because, you know, Lord knows I've been pretty poor when it comes to time management. Not that I'm too worried, because I am probably gonna wrap this up. Chapter 1, April, the 1st of April. I am really loving that book. I'm glad it was one of my last purchases on that old Amazon account. It's actually a solid read, and I got to enjoy it without, you know, account closing and transaction being voided. It was a good book, and you know what, I feel like I'm in a good streak right now, so I'm going to probably read a bit more often than I usually do. Usually like this month, I've been trying to read as much of that Bleach novel that I've had since 2021. Couldn't, you know, put myself through it. Like, I've only gone to like chapter 2 or whatever, but no, it's just not something that I was able to. But yeah, I'm so far really digging the fact that the Lakers at least are stabilized to 0.500. I was worried that with LeBron in tow that they were actually going to do worse, as I've kind of voiced a few days ago. Again, the team that I'm really gunning for the most are the Phoenix Suns, so provided either of them gets a victory, I don't really mind. I also do want to see the Clippers do well with Westbrook in tow, because I just don't like the fact that Westbrook got that bad rep, and I feel like I have no agency saying that, because people were sharing the Westbrook memes and then all of a sudden talking about how they don't like the hate that he's gotten, and all of a sudden, and how his confidence has been shattered by the media. But at the same time, it's he just wasn't a good fit for that team. His playstyle would have worked well with like something like the Miami Heat era, where he was just doing drives, but the formula that LeBron made with the Cavs era and kind of how he synergized his play, that's not working with this. And I also did some more research. Okay. Civic Center. You know, I'm looking at it, and it's like his 2020 season was not like a whack season. Like, people made it seem like it was entirely improvised or whatever. made up, like some orange town, orange islands, Pokemon shit, some Alola stuff. Nah, it was legit as hell, and he got a win over Jokic, Lillard, Westbrook, and so it was like, it was pretty interesting. Yeah, his personality was changing. Like, he was the one who had the cat. Okay, from the previous game, that novel series. You know, when you think about it, the fantasy genre is actually pretty damn young. Like, Tolkien made Hobbit like the 30s and then died in the 70s after wrapping up OTR in the 50s. Anyway, let's see. What's good, Jackson? How you doing? So, when I have some free days, I'll get the rest of the Pizza tokens and Toy Story 2, and then we can watch those movies in private. Okay, police station speaks with Fran. Let me check your comment, because I'm also doing a walkthrough. Let's see. Comments. I was talking about, you know, how young the fantasy genre is, because in the game they were talking about how there was this novel writer who wrote like this fairy tale, and then they passed away, and that got me thinking, because he didn't know that that was a person who passed away a while ago. So it got me thinking about how like young the fantasy genre is, because think about it, like Hobbit was the 30s, LOTR is the 50s. Star Trek is actually, you know, the sci-fi genre is kind of like in line with age. Keep in mind that Martin Luther King was a Star Trek fan. So like both those genres that kind of compete and even intermingle at times are similarly, you know, old. Hold up, the TV's readjusting. Let's see, combat notebook. Alright. How many, let me look this up. I only have one battle scope. I have to get a couple more off the department store. Yeah, well, D&D was like started in the 70s, and keep in mind a lot of RPGs were built around D&D. Baldur's Gate was essentially advanced D&D, and Final Fantasy was D&D basic. which, Dragon Quest came before Final Fantasy as, turn-based JRPG originator, but Sakaguchi wanted something that was closer to D&D than what Dragon Quest was doing at the time. Dragon Quest was more like a combination of wizardry and Ultima. Okay, let me... So, it just goes to show you how, young all of this media is. Well, the early enemy designs in the Final Fantasy games were kind of D&D derivative. Lamias, goblins, and stuff like that. And around the time of 5, when Tetsuya Nomura was, doing the enemy designs, it started to change a little. They started making the enemy designs a little more original, like Tonberries and behemoths, things of that nature. I noticed with 15 and 16, they're kind of returning to D&D aesthetic. It's just stuff I've been thinking about in my head because since getting into Hobbit and all of this stuff, I have a bit more of a centralized idea of how fiction can be traced within one another. Because now I look at that influence, I go, okay, well I always knew this was influenced by that, but now I see where this comes in and that comes in. See, do I want this? Yeah, I've only saw a few episodes of Star Trek. I found the premise for some of the episodes kind of interesting, and I used to have a Mexican friend that looked like Spock. So... Tinkle earrings, let me see. I'll take that. I'm gonna pass up I should be a little more wise with how I use my wind sepith, but I like trying to get these as soon as possible, that's the thing. Long barrel. I don't need that, so I'll just kind of settle on these two things. Trails, you know what the thing is, Final Fantasy fans I notice really don't like trails because both games have a very different idea of how to pace themselves out. This game is more like a super anime long form story. Every game takes 80 hours and this stories, every sequel is linked to one another, whereas Final Fantasy is more of an anthology series. 30 hours, a lot happens in every hour, and it kind of just wants you to go through it quickly. I'll explain it to you like this. 1 hour in Final Fantasy feels like 10 hours in this game. Yeah, I like Enami's character designs and stuff like that. But I actually do like the slower approach to the Trails games. It can make it hard to watch a bad LP or Let's Play where somebody doesn't really have your style of commentary, but In terms of actually playing the games, it's kind of nice to have like a slow, chill RPG with like deep mechanics. Let me see, there's a couple places where I gotta talk to people. East Street and Maine's Mountain Path Cathedral. Okay, okay. Yeah, I've heard good things about the Octopath Traveler series, and I've heard bad things. Like, some people have like showed me a couple lines of dialogue that they thought was kind of cringy. Where, like, one example was, you know, there's this lady who she's essentially a spy disguised as a dancer, and one of her lines of dialogue was like, yes, I'm a prostitute, or something like that, and it came across as if the writer was just like a beginner who never really wrote like how humans actually speak, and was just trying to like make something edgy. Also, like, the party members, the big appeal of the games is that obviously you get to play as 8 different guys, but when they're together they don't really interact that much. But, you know, the combat system is fun, and it has an aesthetic charm to it. In particular, because it's on, you know, console now, it looks better than the Wii U version. I mean, the Switch version. Yeah, I think it'd probably be good. It's kind of like the Saga series, in that you have like 8 different routes and stuff like that, but unlike the Saga games, it's not going to be as ridiculously difficult. Like, I remember playing The Last Remnant, which is like a Saga game. I got to the final boss in Christmas. I beat the final boss in like the end of January. Like, it was ridiculous how much I had to do just to be able to stand a chance. Okay, this character, she's actually like the secondary protagonist of Trails in the Sky the Third. Okay. Cool. Now there's 2 things of dialogue that I need to go through, and then afterwards we can start doing the quests. But I like getting little bits of bonus dialogue here and there. Let me see. Oh, okay. This lady, Sully. She finally has a portrait and stuff like that. Okay, so she's in Northumbria. You know, with the salt mine atrocity. I'm not going to use the word that he described it. Yeah, I mean, Toy Story 3, that was like in 2010, which was the tail end of the movie tie-in era. I'm trying to think, what was the last movie tie-in game that I ever, like, got, like, chronologically? Okay, I remember now. My younger bro actually got The Incredible Hulk on the Wii in 2008. We never got past the first stage. Hated that game because it was like, didn't know how to proceed with it. He didn't know how to proceed with it. So we're just like killing random things. It felt like wrong. There's actually an article on GameFAQs that I published back in like 2008, I think, about Spy Kids 2. I actually reviewed a game and it got published when I was 13. Man, that's how much I hated that game on the Game Boy Advance. Imagine being 13 and talking shit about a game so much that you get published. I could never accomplish something like that in my current age. Yeah, but Spy Kids 2 was really bad because it was just 3 mini games. I'm gonna have to like go through that game at some point and just explain how bad that is, because the mini games are actually fun themselves. It's just that that's all the game is. You get currency that you do nothing with. Alright, let's see. Again, I played Monsters Inc. on the Game Boy, not on the Game Boy, on the PlayStation 2, but the game that people liked was the PlayStation 1 version, so I'm gonna have to give that game a shot at some point. Bracer Guild, Old Dragon Diner. Okay. Let me check something out real quick. Nah, there was something else I was talking about. Let me check. There was like a... There's Spy Kids 2 on the Game Boy Advance. Anyway, let me check something. I want to look at the comment that I missed. Alright, let's see. It's probably not that big of a deal, since the flow of conversation hasn't really been interrupted. What else? What other movie tie-in game did I play? I mean, I played Spider-Man 2, which I showed you. The first level was like the pizza thing. Shrek 2 was actually one of my favorite movie tie-in games. I watched like an LP of it a couple of years ago. Yeah, I played the first Spider-Man game. That was actually one of the... So, I told you before, the first 4 PlayStation 2 games I got, you know, May 4, 2002, on my 7th birthday. My father gave me Frogger and Dark Cloud. And I think my stepfather gave me... Or was it my mother? Monsters, Inc. and Spider-Man. Yeah, like, a lot of them weren't that good, but every now and then you would find something that's actually, you know, pretty decent. I think what it was back then was that they could make these games quickly, whereas, you know, video game development takes so much time that if you try to make a movie tie-in now, it would look like it would work on the cell phone. One game I actually was interested in getting when I moved here back in 2016, because, you know, I found my GameCube in the closet before I moved, was Fairly Odd Parents, like one of those Fairly Odd Parents games. See, I played Jimmy Neutron Jet Fusion. That one was based off of the television special. So the television movie. Then there was Attack of the Twonkies, which I played on GBA. I couldn't get past the first stage. I didn't know how to like damage the boss, but because I didn't know what to do, I committed suicide. My mom got mad at me. Like, I'm not even joking, like, she's like, suicide is a sin. Damn, it's a game. I can't even kill myself in the game. But she also gave me, like, the Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, which Bonnie just streamed, and that was a really good game at the same time. Keep in mind, she was, like, super religious at the time. She actually, like, was worried that she was going to go to hell just because there was a leak in the bathroom and water was, like, drip dropping from the sink faucet. Yeah, I mean, TAC 1 was a good game. I played it on the Game Boy Advance, I think. Yeah, that was a console I had in my house at the time. And then what was the other game? I got TAC 2, I hated TAC 2. I got TAC 3 on Blockbuster. Yeah, I've played Shrek 2 and Shrek 3. Shrek 3 was actually like one of the... That was something I only got to play because it was on Blockbuster. Like, there was a time where like I would only play these type of games if I rented it on the local Blockbuster. Okay, so they went from the rich part of the city to the immigrant part of the city, the Asian part. Yeah, like we had a Blockbuster that I used to play a lot of games off of because it was cheaper that way. And it closed down like early 2008. Like, I remember it closed down surprisingly, like, late enough that there were games like Indigo Prophecy and Super Paper Mario that were available to rent out. But one thing I hate about that Blockbuster is that they would have, like, these games that they had on display that they didn't actually have. Yeah, Blockbuster ended up being one of those things where you would go to a supermarket and there would be like a teller machine where you can rent out the movies that way. And then you would have to like put the disc in, like... It was that and it was like Redbox, effectively. But yeah, there was like Men in Black that I got to play, but like the copy I had was kind of not working well. There was the Shrek Super Slam and the Monsters Inc. Dodgeball game that I used to have as well. They actually had Monsters Inc. and Shrek fighting games. Shrek actually had like a Game Boy Color fighting game that was terrible. I had that shit and it was like the worst. First off, the tone was really weird. Because it was like... The tone was almost serious. Because it was like a fighting game you would see on one screen, like the gingerbread man like scowling, and then like the big bad wolf with that, pink dress with the bonnet scowling. I'm like, yo, stop trying to be badass game. And the combat was not good. Like, it was not like... First off, I don't know why they're trying to make fighting games on this era. It just seems ridiculous. What else movie game did I play? Okay, I gotta go to the diner for the last thing and then I can start doing some of them quests. I guess you could say like Kingdom Hearts actively the ultimate movie tie-in game because it's like fucking 20 movies at once. I watched one of my homies play that game. It was actually the one that like made me cry as a kid because he yelled at me, but I had no reason to cry because I beat him up the month before that. Okay, I didn't notice this. How many of these do I have now? There was the Scooby-Doo video game, but that was not like a movie tie-in. That was like an original story. And ironically, it wasn't even trying to match up with What's New Scooby-Doo. It was trying to match up with the aesthetic of the original show. How did I get so many U materials? Let me see, what other movie tie-in game did I have? Let me think about that shit. I mean, okay, which we know about, you know, SpongeBob SquarePants the movie. The Jimmy Neutron game that I also kind of got walled in. The first one. This lady walked across the country just to get something to eat in this restaurant. Well, back then, because these games were designed for 480p CRTs, you didn't really have to go too crazy with the graphics for them to look good, and the PlayStation 2 had the motion engine. What's funny is that there was like a Lord of the Rings movie tie-in game called The Third Age, which actually copied Final Fantasy X's combat system. It was strange, conceptually. Okay, so now we can get started with these quests. Oh, hold on. Even better, we can actually do like an optional fight. GoldenEye, I think that's on the Switch for like emulation. Okay, so this is gonna be like a boss fight, so let me get ready. Whatever game did I... Because, you know, I have played a lot of these like movie tie-in games, because there was a time where I could only play rated E games. Let's see... Kingdom Hearts... Pirates of the Caribbean, that was another one where I couldn't get past the first level. That game, I still have that game. But it was only Game Boy Advance. I realized I got a lot of like licensed shit for the Game Boy Advance that I ended up just playing on the GameCube. Strong ass sneeze. Okay. Okay, the exchange shop. That's where I had to go to. Kingdom Hearts was actually pretty good. Obviously, like, you know, that's a big series I'm into. One thing I will say though is that it's too bad Kingdom Hearts never made a Jungle Book level, because they tried to do it for like 3 different games, but for whatever reason it would just end up in the code, but they never got to like actualize on that. The thing is, Tetsuya Nomura has to actually ask them for permission to make these. That was never the case with the first Kingdom Hearts game. With the first Kingdom Hearts game, he could have done anything he wanted, but then because it sold so much money, they were like, oh shit, we gotta actually leash this guy a little bit. Yeah, you need Disney's permission. Like, you can't just make whatever thing you wanted. The first game, they just did like whatever property Nomura thought about. Like, he didn't give a fuck. He was like, Winnie the Pooh, Wonderland, Hercules, fucking Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Nightmare Before Christmas, Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty, who was that? The Peter Pan shit. He had Simba as a summon from The Lion King. He had Mushu from Mulan. Bambi as a summon. We've never seen Bambi outside of Chain of Memories ever again. Dumbo as a summon. That shit was underrated as hell. Sleeping Beauty. What was the one with Snow White, Cinderella? Merlin from fucking... what's his face? Sword and Stone, alright. And you even had like the fucking Chernobog as a boss from Fantasia. Yeah, you got to do all of that shit with Kingdom Hearts 1. And then when Kingdom Hearts 2 came around, they were like, you can't have Tarzan anymore. I think it's Tarzan, and that's probably the reason why he can't even do Jungle Book. It's because those are based off not like fairy tales from way in the past, like Grimm Brothers stuff, but like actual novels that were written a while ago. Like the original, what's his face? Tarzan was like a polemic. Like there was actually like a message behind Tarzan. It was like Tarzan was like supposed to be like this like hyper intelligent monkey guy who chooses to live with the monkeys because human society is like fucked up. Kingdom Hearts, like someone's trying to make a Kingdom Hearts clone called Enchanted Realms, but I've never really seen someone go all in on making like a Kingdom Hearts feeling game. Probably because it's actually pretty hard. Like designing a Kingdom Hearts feeling game is harder than it seems. it takes a lot of programming know-how to make a game as complex as Kingdom Hearts that people are gonna play like a 6-year-old, not like working on the depth of the system and things of that nature. Okay, Quartz, Septium, Intimidation, Prankster, Dragon Vision. I am gonna eventually have to get these things. Yeah, it's essentially Animal Crossing. Like, Tina Sora used to like stream that game on SharePlay with me like every week or something. Okay, that's decent foreshadowing right there. So we were just asking her a question because we found a dude who's really dangerous. Like, he murdered a bunch of monsters on his own. And we want to know, like, his background, if he was like a terrorist or something, because we're police officers. We would want to know. I can't wait until we fight that dude, by the way. Okay, let's see. I mean, the Jaegers in this game are supposed to be like the equivalent in this universe to the Germans. Well, actually, let me see. He's a MacLean, so actually, no, he's supposed to be like Irish or something, like. And he's got the red hair, which is Irish. Alright, let's see. Is Wazivald. Let me see. I gotta find this motherfucker. Taking the north exit. Okay, here. This is where the boss fight begins. So let's see if this guy's gonna be hard. Yeah, that game was aggressively annoying. It's definitely a product from a time when video games were made excessively hard in Western countries so that we could get more rentals. Because if you think about it, if a video game took you only like a couple hours to beat, it wouldn't be worth it to buy it, so there's a lot more renting going on, so they had to make the games harder to justify it. I mean, there were things that were like a bit lengthier, like on the 18 to maybe even 25-hour mark, but those were like RPGs, and aside from like the JRPGs, there aren't really a lot of like RPGs on the SNES besides like Shadowrun. Pretty Lion King game on. I mean, Lion King came out in 1994, so by the time they would make a 3D tie-in game, the only 3D console in 1994 was, I guess, maybe like the Sega 32X, Sega CD. The PlayStation 1 came out in 94, but it only came out in 94 in Japan. Yeah, the Super Nintendo came out in 1989. This guy's always like the first human boss you fight. Street life ain't forever. The Nintendo 64 came out like around 1996. It actually came out a bit later, like than the PlayStation 1 and the Sega Saturn and some of that stuff. The funny thing is, Japanese honorifics like Kun, San, Chan, or like Desuna, these things actually come from Portuguese. Not just the honorifics, but like the closed out words. That 64 had some really good games, like Super Mario 64 is like my favorite collectathon. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. That's about it though. Like, I can't really think about many other games that I like off that console. Banjo-Kazooie I never got to play, so that's something where I'm gonna have to have some slack cut. Oh, there was Paper Mario on the N64, Paper Mario 64. I used to like playing that game back in 2011. So apparently this fight is impossible to lose, but let's see how good I am. Maybe I'll be so miraculously bad I'll lose anyway. Okay, never mind. This is gonna be a fucking cakewalk. I don't even gotta use my brain for this one. Let me not waste my resources on this BS. I'm cooking your shit. Yeah, they made that one like impossible to lose. They wanted to show how much stronger Wazi actually is than Vault. I'll never be mad at a motherfucker named Wazi. The thing is, they would have to get that off of Rare, which Rare was a company that they used to like own as a first party, but they had to sell that after like Grabbed by the Ghoulies flops. Actually, Grabbed by the Ghoulies was like after they cut ties with Rare. But that company's been on like life support for a while. Like JonTron wanted to support one of their games, but because they didn't agree with JonTron's political views, they cut him off of his role in that game, which that game ended up tanking Yooka-Laylee. All because they wanted to be like super politically correct and things of that nature. And I thought what JonTron was saying was actually kind of on the mild end compared to things that I say about these type of politics. It was made by a bunch of Rare staff. But yeah, like Rare's been a company that if it's still around, it's like on life support, and I guess they should try to coordinate, because they do re-release things like Donkey Kong, which was a good Rare game. The Donkey Kong Trilogy was one of my favorite like 2D platformers. East Street, Acacia Pot. Are there like any bonus points? Okay. There's none. The fishing minigame in this is so good, and I'm gonna need to start fishing at some point because I need to give the cat Cop some fish. I just realized this is a game where you play as police officers, and they made a cat called Cop. That was supposed to be a pun. It took me 200 hours to realize what the joke was. Yeah, Conker's Bad Fur Day, man. I played Conker's Quest on the Game Boy a lot. That was a game where if you were fucking up, you were dying a lot. But it had some girth to it. Conqueror's Quest, by the way, has no similar aesthetic to Conqueror's Bad Fur Day. That one is actually, like, kid-friendly. Which reminded me, there were a lot of games that were intermingled with the Game Boy Color and the Nintendo 64. Like, Quest 64 on the N64 was a bad game, but Quest 64 on the Game Boy Color was a somewhat tolerable RPG. Okay, so they somehow managed to, like, steal ownership of that business. Do I have all the ingredients? Let me see. What do I need for the rich cappuccino? I need fresh milk and 7 colored beans. Let's see if we can get milk from this store. Five colored miso. Okay, fresh milk. We got that now. I don't even have money for milk. And shut up, man. Shut up with your ugly ass. Monkey ass. Light burger, let's see. What does the yellow mean? That, if they ever make a Smash 5, that might end up happening. So what do I want to make first? Like a good one, or... Well, let me save just in case. Because this is luck based. So when you make these, you actually want to make a really good one first and then a really bad one second. You want both. Okay, let's see. Bellyful hot pot. You can tell who's good and who's bad at it based on their facial expressions. Okay, so she's really bad at this, so let's see. There you go. What else can we make? Cappuccino. Okay, so I need to find some honey syrup. Do you have any? There you go. Okay, so... Of course the, you know, rich lady is gonna know how to make good coffee. Nightmare Slayer. I've never heard of coffee being described as Nightmare Slayer. Okay, light burger, let's see. I need some beast flesh. They make burger meat out of like monster muscle. Imagine if I go to like Mickey D's, I'm like, hey yo, give me like a Big Mac, and they said, no, like, you see that demon over there that's like destroying the city? Yeah, we didn't kill it yet. Shit, you're out of ingredients? We don't got... You see Godzilla out there? He's still attacking the city. So, we can't make it, you know, your hamburger meat. You don't got like a cow or something? Like... I recently had some Greek food and it was actually pretty good. Like, it's so similar to like Arabic food that I like eating, but it's on like these like hero rolls, and the meat is a lot more delicate. The lamb meat and stuff like that, it's a lot more gentle. There's less spice on it. Okay, this motherfucker. Let me talk to him. Look at how big that cello is. You could kill a motherfucker with that cello. Like, compare it to that guitar. Okay, so after Wahim went crazy and became the final boss in the previous game, they felt kind of guilty. So they went soul searching. Never mind that, look at how big that drum set is. Okay, so now I can start doing some fishing. Alright, let's see. I'll try to get another one as well. The same rule as before, just say banana in your head. If you do that, you'll get all the fishes. See, like, I was a little slow with that, but I still managed to get it, so I'll tell you. All you have to do to pass that is say banana in your head. You don't have to think about anything complicated. You don't have to work your ass off for that one. You know how to say the word banana? Well, struggle right there. See, I was like the other day thinking I'm gonna do fishing again. I don't remember how this mini game works. And then as soon as I got to here, it all came back to me. It's like, just say the word banana. You don't have to think about anything else. Okay, so where's Cop? Alright, so I can just put stuff in. Alright, let's see. So when can I catch Cop? Oh, I gotta wait until chapter 2. Alright, so they give you this as a freebie. You don't have to do it for this one, just chapters 2. Intermission, free for fragments and finale, probably. Maybe not even fragments, so that's fortunate. Mains Mountain Path, let's see. Downtown Lotus Heights. Alright. How deep in this? I'm only an hour in, man. I felt like I did 2 hours worth of stuff. And not in like a bad way. That was actually pretty dense. I spoke to a lot of NPCs, discussed a lot of things. Got a nice little boss fight. A scripted event, effectively. Got knee deep in a side quest, did some cooking. I do really like the side quests in these games. These games can be kind of rough if you're getting into it just thinking, oh, the previous game had a great cliffhanger ending, and I want to see it followed up here. No, that doesn't work. Like, Azure works so well because there is no momentum from the previous game. Cold Steel 2 free works because there is no momentum from the previous game. Third also, same thing. Kudo 2 and maybe even Kudo 3, same thing. Let me get this pillow out the way. That's good. So he ended up in the hood. Is that the dude who was always chilling in the hospital? Yep, that's him. He's actually one of my favorite NPCs. Mirrorless. I never thought I'd ever see that word. Oh, okay, a little bit of nuance. He actually likes fairy tales. But that would be like me calling myself Walt Disney. Or Hayao Miyazaki. Well, that dude's still alive. Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's connected to the cults. He's just had an affair or something and faked a sickness. Some drinks at Trinity. Chapter 1, Feast. Okay, the high bloods. So let's go to the rich part of town. Oh, these assholes? Okay, so these guys are effectively trust fund kids, but instead of bourgeois, they're at a higher marquis, baron, or duke level. Yuri, so like an Easterner with noble blood. I gotta pull up to the bakery in this street. I don't know what I'm doing in the housing complex. I mean, it's an Eastern name, so probably from Eastern Street. Let's see. Oh, my suspicions were right. I wasn't thinking about all that, man. It was a familiar name, but I was just racially profiling. Which already means I've been playing as a police officer for too much. I'm like, oh, that's an Asian name. It's probably part of the Asian town. A little bit of Occam's razor. Ironically, not a lot of Easterners in this section. It got gentrified to shit over the course of the game. Mei Ling, that's the restaurant lady. That's Shan Shan. Okay, I guess we'll start with Harbor District. So he said she's in Harbor District. Just under that. Let me see. That's like an easy place to hide. I can kind of relate, like, it's easy to...
それに
今日は IBC の方にいらしていたんです。
ああ、銀行でもベルに手伝ってもらいつつ。
皆さん、こうして顔を突き合わせるのもなんだか久しぶりですわね。
Two.
ちょっとベル、健康状態の良好のようなってたからでしょ。
This is what I don't like about this game. One of the things. Just the way women are written in this game. They're all a bunch of R. Kellys.
ところでロイドさん、私に何の断りもなく会っていきなりそれですか。
Nothing as uncouth as what you did.
改めて新メンバーのノエル君とは特務支援課の最初。
支援会の推薦の件、
能力者の支給の件、あんな素敵な能力者を。
私も新市長と IBC するさ。
なんでどんどん引き受けてきて。
ついつい身の丈以上の仕事を引き受けてしまう。
彼のような若い政治
とはいえまだまだいろいろ。
ああ、お父様。
おっと、それでは諸君、
すみません。
いやいや、何か他ならぬ君。
おじさん、それではお疲れ。
やっぱり
月末の通知分刻みのスケジュール。
ああ、とにかく今は。
はい。
Okay, let me save real quick. I'm just tackling these one after the other.
こんにちは。あら、
エプスタイン財団の。
ああ、お取り次ぎいたす。
いやー、お疲れ様です。依頼を見て、いやー、ほんなんとかってサービス。
確かなんだか
言われてみれば確かきっと楽しいと思うよ。
Let me see, means button path, quest name. There's like a CP mechanic. Alright, I get it.
それでは仕事。
Mean Bean Machine time.
市内の
同僚。
それってまあ一定のルール、最も異なるのは端末のなんだか
それじゃあ
もちろんプログラムをでもその程度のテストも財団でもできるんじゃないのか。このテストは少し前からティオ君に手伝って実は2つほど問題があってね。2つの問題。ティオ君は時々テストだからちょっと有用な
栄養。ティオちゃんに何度か前にちょっとだけ教えてもらった。
確かに動力端末に魔道場を扱う時の設定でした。この際だから改めて僕から説明しておこうかな。A4 システムとはティオ君の強度プロテクターに内蔵されたオーバルスタッフによるそれらを補助するとこのシステムを使いたく。
やっぱりティオちゃんにこの
要するにそのシステム自体でのテストなんでも A4 システムで常人じゃ組めないようなヨナ君がテストに付き合ってた。ああでもティオくれぐれもああもう一つは このゲームさっきもちょっと触れたけど、だからどうしても
なるほど。それにしても離れ
これは動力ネットがもっと、例えばこんな雨、ちょっと話はってことで、これはそのメモリそれの支援化の
インストール、前にキヨちゃんがやっているのを見たこと。
それじゃあエリー、それとまあはい、難しいことは置いといて、その後エニグマでまあとりあえず
Okay, so the Aeon system effectively makes her a human Taz machine. She's just cooking every motherfucker frame perfectly. Which I'm skimming through it because I'm looking through the guide and all that stuff, so I might not actually have an accurate description of what that is. But effectively, she's not actually like cheating, but she has this advantage because of the Aeon system that she's able to mentally tap into that allows her to perform at a level that's way above average, way above like even like human potential. So I wouldn't see it as a, a human Taz machine, but
ロバート氏によると、このメモリークォーツをそれじゃ
it might be like finding someone who memorized an entire Akashic record online.
これでよしもらっていたロバート氏の本当エリーさん、政治や法律のことだこれに書く説明書なんかもらった
いや、俺なんかやっとか
どういたしそれで
ああええ、大丈夫です。
それじゃなんだか本音が聞こえ
結構な親バカみたいね。わざわざ支援まあ、そうだ、レベルはい、どういう、
Yeah, my battery ran out, so let me.
どうい友はこの際、いや、でも
That was unfortunate timing, but what can I do? I wasn't like fully ready to have a session of this length. Of my own fault, largely. Because I loved reading at like 4 a.m.
これでもらっていい本当に政治説明
いや、俺
それで
ああええ
それ
Let me memorize the controls, because there's a way to make that go horizontal.
バーツ主任が待ってるし。
Okay. Oh, I like that chord change. Alright. I am doing good.
よし。
The S-Craft was a game changer.
ロバーツ主任ってもしかして強く。
そうだね。開発者なのに強さ的には初心者の
I love Wazzy in this one.
いや、さすがに手加減をしてレベルをある程度合わせないと。はい、こちら特務支援。どうやら真剣勝負にそれで
市内でやる分には目立ったラグもないし申し分ない大成功。
そうですか。
インストールしたベータ版はプログラムの配布が始まったら対戦できる人も増えていくだろう。
I wonder how to turn that like horizontally.
いろんな人とアカウントもちろん。いやー、協力して僕は別の仕事。
どういたしまして。
なんていうか。
ともあれ、この際だから。いや。
The Pom Pom Party game in Cold Steel 4 wasn't like this at all. You didn't have like S-Crafts, if I recall correctly. I'm gonna have to go watch my old things, 'cause I usually start out those old streams playing Pom Pom Party.
はい。ああ、どうしたんだ。ああ、も
Vixen.
そんな場所ならおかしわかったしなそうかそうありがとうフラン
フランクマインツホ
ああ市内の支援な了解
もし車で口座
Let me get a little bit of money.
それでは大変でしたねさすがおめでとうございますランクアップしましたお疲れ
Holy chain barrels, alright. upgraded all our things. Good. I gotta... This dude's running like lightning fast. I'm gonna do one side, call it a day, because I don't want to take up too much time with this. We'll wrap up chapter 1 in maybe the overmorrow. Maybe I'll stream fucking 1st of April. If not, then Monday. So I do have other commitments, so let me not talk too crazy now. The city library. Oh, Nielsen, this character. Okay, he's a journalist who understands NDAs and things that, you know, can't be spoken of. National military is bracer. Alright. I like this dude's side quests because they don't really last too long. He just kind of gives you a little bit of exposition and gives you like TLDR of whatever arc you're at. Probably be seeing his ass again in the future too. Alright, well, I'll get some bread and then afterwards head my ass out. That gave me some bread. Means mountain path, monster extermination. Means mountain path. I guess I should clear this so that I don't have anything excessive to do. So false alarm, we're going on ahead.
僕の番だ。俺の番だな。
私の番ですね。やあ、任せて。そこ。
僕の番だ。俺の番だな。
やあ、そこ。
僕の番。
私の気圧。
任せてと。悪いな。先に行かせてもらうよ。行くぞ。行くよ。
行きますよ。
行くぞ。
はい、そこ。任せて。そこ。みんな怪我はない？
一気に落とすよ。それ任せてくれ。よ
ーし。そこ。今だわ。みんな。
Okay.
まあまあだったね。
やあ、やあ。奇襲成功。チャンスです。
よーもらった。それよし。
Don't make this too easy on me now.
そこ。行きます。やあ。
僕の番か。
私の番ね。やあ。
俺の番だな。さてと。 出直してき
Hold
た
up. I have no idea. Well, what did you even say? Well, it might be like one of the words you use. Because I haven't seen anything. Because I remember when I was on the Sphere Hunters page, I called a character a Latino Spoonie lookalike, and because I used the word Latino, it auto-modded it just in case I was going to say something like a racial statement. Also, you have commented a lot, so maybe it suspects that you're a spammer, but nah, that's just the way you chat.
任せてくれ
That's usually how these things play out. Like, a bot gets confused because it recognizes a pattern that's associated with something bad, but just because it matches the pattern of something bad doesn't necessarily mean it's something bad. That's an oversimplification. Alright, do you have...
行くぞ行きますやれやれ時間の無駄だったな
That's going to be something that's a problem in the future as we become more AI oriented. AI is effectively pattern recognizing, but while pattern recognition is a part of intelligence, adapting to which pattern is like accurate and which one isn't is part of having a good OODA loop. YouTube has mods, but you're not gonna have like dedicated mods to your channel. Like, I've had a lot of comments that I wrote when I was 12 deleted because I've used words like the one that starts with R and ends with an E. I used to have a lot of likes. Items, ordnance, tier. Remember, to get this minigame right, just say the word banana in your head. See?
Yes, get to that.
That's all I had to do. Let's see if I can get another one. I got a lot of fish. I think that's because some of them carry previous save file. Well, think about it like this, because there is like a wiggle room that happens a lot on the internet where, let's say you're like joking with somebody, but the AI thinks you're being them, so you end up getting banned. That's something that happens a lot. Or you're like jokingly flirting with someone and the AI thinks that you're like, you know, actually harassing them. That is something that happens quite a bit. Yeah, because the AI is effectively a pattern recognition machine. It recognizes like a linguistic pattern and tries to make actions based off that pattern, but it doesn't know. It can't like see nuance or context. It doesn't fall within what it knows. It might use a GAN to, you know, correct itself, but that takes a lot of time. Oh, he's just weaving everything. Things aren't that accurate. Healthy liquor, alright. Oh, that's what we're looking for. Let's see, I'm noticing more about alright, so I guess that's like you trying to talk about how people foolishly like harm people without realizing it. Okay, these things move like they're on crack, so I'm gonna... cause earthquakes and landslides when injured. I need... let me see, what should I do? Can these guys get affected with seal? They have a resistance to seal, so... no, sir. I got all this food already? None of it raises CP though. Intelligence, I mean, people who are dumb say, you know, stupid shit, and that might, like, cause them to, like, accidentally hurt someone, but if you're mean to someone on purpose, it's not really a thing of being a dimwit, you're just, you don't like that person. probably should have done this instead. Alright, let's see. Let's try this again. I mean, I used to like be in a situation where people would act like, why are you being so mean to me and shit, and I had to explain to them like, why should I be nice to someone who I don't like? I've explained that to like some people, because some people actually don't like understand that because I don't like them. That concept of not being liked is like foreign to them. Or they're just not, you know, not everyone's going to like you. Let me see. Some people can be like annoying as fuck to deal with. Let me see. Let's try to get rid of all of you. Let's see. What would I want to do in this situation? I would... hold on, let me think about this for a second. 2000... Is there like an AoE heal item? I guess it'd probably be like a hot pot, so... Cornucopia, hot pot... Well, I have it set on high speed mode actually, so let me... When it's not on that, it's actually pretty decent. Let me... keep myself like this. Oh, they all get affected by that. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna let him kill my ass, and then I'm gonna... like, return to title screen. Let me prepare for this fight. Now keep in mind, I was doing live streams since I was 15. I've been a streamer for a long time. It's just that I didn't stream video games until 2020. From 2011 through 2012, I was 2010 to 2012. I was more like a regular face streamer, IRL, JTV days. Okay, equip. There's a lot of things I don't necessarily have the confidence for, but you know, getting on camera and just talking and shit like that is not one of those things. Prevents delay. Which do I need? There's something that would greatly benefit me. Oh, could you stop playing that ice cream music, man? Let's see, Excel shoes, tracking boots. I haven't seen Kago since February. But I'm gonna wish him a happy birthday tomorrow because it's his birthday and he's gonna turn 14. Okay, let's see. Crafts, items. Maybe we can buff up one of our attributes. Let's see. You know what really helped? Let me get you way out the way. Man, I hate those ice cream trucks, man. First off, they're way too damn expensive. Now, let me step up just a little bit. If I do that, I'm gonna get killed. So let me do a little bit of step back. Really now? Okay, so what's the blast range on that? Alright, let's see. Items. Reviving bomb, celestial bomb. I might be better off. Let me think about this. What can I do? Craft broad axe set. Let me try to get like a corral going on. Alright, that was actually kind of useless. Alright, I want to like reset this, so I'm gonna try to think about this strategically, because I don't seem to have a lot of tools to like deal with this. might come down to leveling up. Let me see. Status. Next. So they all just leveled up. Orbman. Alright, let's see. Quartz. So how do I unlock this? Unopened slot. Sprouted brown rice. I might just have to open up more quartz things, which I can probably do now. Let me see, what can I do now? It's the whip. Gensen. Yeah, let's go to Gensen and see what we can get. Upgrade, quartz. Slot can be opened. See visual information about enemies without analyzing. Or hold on. Poison. Space. Maybe this will give me the tools that I need. Okay, Eagle Eye is a blessing to have. I could just grind off of these guys until I'm nasty enough to take care of that thing. Okay, so this is the part where it loses interest and... Yeah, I could get myself to level 54. Simplify this process just a bit. I'd say around the point where I can do like major damage to them is when I'm probably gonna be ready. Okay, this is a good bunch of... Let's see... Hmm. Aside from over-leveling and getting like really good arts, I guess I was supposed to open a lot of quartz instead of wasting my resources on cash so I can buy like status ailment preventing stuff.
先生任せてくれやって
よーしはっさてとやっ
さてと
さてと
行くぞえいっと
私の番ですねはっ無駄です
そこだ僕の番か先生はっ
任せて
These enemy types are annoying as hell.
行くぞせいはっ僕の番かやっせい
私の番ですねそこ
行くよ
さてと
よし
Could stop him in his tracks.
任せてくれやっと僕の番かせい
よーしはっえそこ
僕の番かそれ
Let me speed this up.
任せてくれえっか
任せてそこ行きますそこお連れしよう
いや俺の番だな行ってや
さてとはいはっ
やってくれママに任せてくれは迎撃完了みんな先に進もう
やーそこそこやー
やっせい
ね。よし
行くぞ。
今だ。
やれやれ、時間の無駄だったな。
きれいぜ。
ああ、山道方面。
Okay, so we changed the weapon effect.
やあはあ。そこ。さあ始めましょう。任せそこ。
任せてくれ。
行きます。やあ。
やれやれ。出直してきなよ。全力で行かせてもらうぞ。
この調子で行きましょう。
Nah, I'm gonna accept what just happened.
よーし。
Next time I'll do an S break.
私の番だ。
任せてくれと。
はい。やあ。なんとかなりましたね。
Well, I also want to get that thing in my like
やあ。
battle record.
そこ。みんなチャンスよ。え、よし。
チャンスだ。
よーし、そこ。
やれやれ。
任せて。よし。はい。そこ。
任せてくれ。俺の言ってよし、もう大丈夫だ。
I hate how the controller doesn't have like a fail-safe method when it stops working. This one in particular, like it stops working, it keeps, you know, selecting the confirm button for whatever reason. Well, I guess that is a fail-safe, but I'm hoping for a fail-secure instead. I think that's the superior system and one that makes a lot more sense intuitively. These DualShock 4s kind of defy thermodynamics. Alright, let's see. Let me backtrack. Or let me forward track actually. So when we go down uphill, the rain stops. That's some selective ass weather. Like how uphill did we get?
よし、一気に行くぞ。よし、
さてと。そこ。はい。そこ。さてと。
行くぞ。
私の番ですね。は
甘いね。さて、
あ。私の番ね。そこ。
俺の番だな。僕の番か。
よーや
よし、行ってや。
私そこ。ごめんなさい。先に行くわね。やあ。やあ。みんなチャンスよ。行きます。やあ。さすが。
任せてくれって。僕の番 だ。さてと。無駄だよ。任せてくれ。俺の番だな。やれやれ。甘いね。俺の番だな。甘いね。僕の番か。よし。
任せて。よし、行きます。
グラッツェ。よし。
よし。
She can shoot from behind. That's how crazy her range is.
任せて。
There's ass so fat you can see it from the front, and then there's shot so fat you can shoot it from the front. Might help out.
やれやれ。どこ。あっちにも道が。ああ。
ちょっと言わ。
へえ。そういえば。ああ、結局もう恋愛。
Come on, turn your ass around.
俺の番だと。
この調子で行きましょう。
よし、やったぞ。
Okay, that might do it. Recover at the last second.
これが俺たちの力だ。俺の番だな。よし。そこだ。俺の番だ。僕の番。
皆さんお疲れ様でした。みんなチャンスよ。任せて。
し。
私の番ですね。やあ
行くよ。
私の番ね。
ありがとう。せいは行くぞ。
Okay. Okay, I think I want all of them to move up in the front. That'll prevent that move from going off, I think. Craft, Trinity, card. Chaos brands. Photon shot, let's see. Alright, that's good. Move. Fucking hell. Alright. Up in the front.
クラッチ。
行きます。目標を撃破します。任せて。
すまないみんな。
Alright, let's see. So I got that one down to a science. Did I save recently? Let me check what time it is. Okay, timing on that was a bit more to my liking. Alright, let me turn the light on. So, I think it's related to distance. Accelerates time in an area. Alright, let's see. Craft.
行くよ。俺の番だな。よし。それ。
行きます。
Okay, I'm gonna need an ability to deal with. Which I already have like accessories for that. Let's see.
負けられない。
Alright, let's see.
Grazie.
まずい。
まずいね。それ。
This was resource intensive.
行くぞ。
Immense power over. Craft. Anything that causes delay.
くよ。先生、やっ。進めない、みんな。面倒だ。
I had it, but let's see. There's a way to go about this that'll end in victory. Silver brush, or let's see. Mute. Marble ring. I bet you if I would have fought that palm and defeated it, the shining palm, I would have gotten like enough EXP that this would have been pretty doable. First, let me try to harvest some EXP from the non-slime enemies.
Yeah. みんなチャンスよ。
よっ、もらった。まあまあだったね。
This guy.
敵接近、迎撃を開始します。
I think I'm supposed to use my combo crafts to.
よし。
私の番や。
僕の番。
That's probably what it was.
こんなところかしら。
But I refuse to use the combo crafts at this juncture, so.
みんなチャンスよ。任せて。はい。私の番ですね。そっか。
よし。俺の番だな。
はい。やあ。
僕の番か。
任せて。そっか。
よし。行くよ。やれやれ。時間の無駄だったな。
奇襲成功。チャンスです。
任せてくれ。
私の番ね。そこ。はい。やあ。
僕の番か。
よし。私のそこ。
行くぞ。これが俺たちの力だ。
やあ。はあ。 行きましょう、皆さん。
分かった。
Let's see. No mute.
任せて。
This is manageable now. Sophie, increase movement. Craft. Frost Mirage, right ball. Area large.
行きます。
よし。
Let's see.
さてと。
These are all like single targets. One China, silver.
Go! 行きます。今のは気高き女神の息吹力となりたい。行きます。やあ、行きます。行きます。撃破します。それ。
Alright.
任せてくれ。
Let me craft.
行くぞ。行くぞ。さてと。
Alright, let's see. So, who do I finish off? I'm gonna run up on you.
行くよ。
Okay, that was because I was down to like a 7-10 split.
負けるか。みんな、一旦引くぞ。
I don't really care that I can run.
負けるか。やってや。すまない、みんな。
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
強そうね。 気をつけて。
分かった。
了解です。私の番ね。
Okay, craft.
よし。
Axel rush. Alright.
行きます。目標を撃破します。それ。
行くぞ。これで決める。面倒だな。
See.
行くよ。面倒だな。
See, I got close right there. I think I know what I gotta do. What I gotta do is I gotta left align and then go to the right alignment. Okay, that makes sense. Just stay aligned to the left and attack everyone to the right. Or if I'm aligned to the right, attack everyone to the left. So this is the importance of good positioning. Not that I'm necessarily in good positioning at the moment, just... What's the name of the game here?
強そうね。みんな気をつけて。
分かった。
了解です。
それ。
今だわ。さてと。気高き女神の息吹に力となり我が行きます。行きます。
よし。
Okay, craft. Axel rush. So let's just
行くよ。
Okay, so what did I do wrong?
行くぞ。まだやれる。すまない、みんな。
Well, let me mute this mic, because I shouldn't be hearing all this stuff.
私の番ですね。
よし。
今のは任せて。よーし。目標を撃
行くぞ。俺の番だな。行くよ。それ。
ありがとう。
さてと。それ。
私の番ね。助かります。
よし。それ。
ありがとう。はい。エニグマ駆動。
ありがとう。さてと。行くよ。僕の番か。 負けるか。みんなよし先に進もう。
Okay, so I was wrong about how the mechanics of that thing worked. Actually, I was way off the mark. I was thinking that it was gonna be like some spatial test, and that they only do that if they can't reach you and they're trying to like hit the target. So if you have them close, they won't do that. But then again, they could be targeting someone that's from them because your other players are blocking them, so they'll use Earthquake for that. So in that sense, that'll work for a little bit, but it won't work for a long term. So I'm gonna off-screen grind, and we'll handle this another time. So this has been your boy Mr. Monka7. Thank you guys for watching, and Uksam Ekde.